Hello, hello, hello. How are we doing? How is everyone doing? Happy Mindset Monday. Malachi. Malachi said she's about to start talking. Roxy is about to start talking. I am not a fan of this light on me today. What is going on? Whatever, we look beautiful. How's everybody doing? Nick, Leo, Jen, Shay, Dina, Melee, cry. Jay, Moya, Monique, Crystal, Peach. I'm Sophia, Marg, Franzi, Maddie, Nissa, Anna, Amandeep, SM, Renee, Monique, Moonly, SK, Felicia K, K. Coleman, Molly, Carmen, Crystal, Victoria, Ace. Hello, hello. Ace, all you've missed is me saying the people's names who are listed before you. Other than that, man, I look so sorry. I didn't like put any sort of like contour or bronzer on my face. It's just like I look like powder. I look white, like just like my face looks so white and like flat. I need like glasses or something. Sorry, it's hard. I'm like trying to focus on you guys, and I'm like staring at my big old white flat face. Yeah, all right, I'm fine. I'm just gonna try not to look at myself. Okay, what do we got? Maybe. Well, the problem is my lashes are too long and they scrape against it. On these are too. I have to wear them like down here so they don't scrape against my lashes. Who wears lashes and glasses and knows this pain? Like literally, you have to have like 15 millimeter lashes or shorter. I found that out the hard way. Getting like lash extensions and stuff. Let me see. Oh, let me try these. Oh, hold on. I love these. Oh, they're so dear-tay. Let me just see if they're going to be long enough. Then I'll clean them. Yeah, they're going to be. They're going to. Oh, thank you. Okay. What do we got? Okay. I have to adjust to new lighting. Sorry, I'm not trying to complain about how I look. It's just like when you're staring at it and it's not what you want it to be. All right. 10 minutes later. 8 hours later. Okay, I'm gonna set this because I have to get off like exactly an hour today. I have an appointment. Leo says, Leo's my doggy's name, by the way. I've probably said that to you before. And I usually don't say that to people because when people say, oh, Roxy's my dog's name, I'm like, oh, cool, great. But I just had to let you know. Leo, it is not my dog, says, he's all looking over here. I treated myself to a new coffee maker because I know the money will come back to me. Yes, especially when you're all alert and able to focus well because you're caffeinated. Oh, Maddie wears lashes and glasses. Yeah, it is not it's like a funky combo for sure. Thinking about getting contacts again. Okay. Just got contacts, yeah. Really never wears your glasses. I got sick of wearing contacts, so I started wearing glasses like 7 or 8 years ago, and I'm just wearing them ever since, like constantly. Oh, somebody asked about my little tree. This is just one of my little trees, or this is just one of my trees. This is my little baby little tree, and then we have a big tree. I was thinking about doing a Christmas tree tour video on my style channel. Okay. So I'm gonna ask if they can see this tree. Can you see it? Yeah, I'm gonna do a whole video on the style channel for Christmas stuff if you're interested in watching. Gina's dog's name is Leo also. Okay. Okay. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, now I can see your questions better too. So I saw this question. Where did it go? Okay, interesting question. How to have your manifestations permanent. So Okay. What that tells me when I hear a question like that, I'm hearing somebody who is afraid of losing, who maybe has lost stuff in the past, has had stuff taken away. So you're like extra sensitive or extra worried about losing the things that you do end up getting in your life. So you're going to want to look out for whatever language that you personally use that represents or describes your fear, your worry, your doubts about losing the people and the situations that you are, that we're talking about. Just making sure that you are catching yourself in the moment when you're worrying, fearing, doubting, etc., because that's going to help you with the conscious thoughts. And then you want to do things like scripting, listening to affirmations, cycling affirmations through your mind, rewriting your story to get at the underlying limiting beliefs that are there, like the patterns and the cycles, that the programming that you are playing out, and just kind of like attacking it on both ends. I also like this question. Lydia says, what would cause somebody in your reality to be a slow replier? Well, one would be that alone, that definition of them as a slow replier, like they can't not reply slow. If you have dubbed them as slow replier, they're wearing the slow reply name tag, or under their job description of so-and-so in your life is like maybe they're funny and they're fun to be around, they reply slow, they don't like texting or whatever. That's like in their definition. So that's part of it. Another thing would be reacting to them every time they reply slowly. Like, oh God, it takes forever for them to reply. Or even like, when you send out a text message to them, you kind of start counting down the clock for like, okay, well, when's it going to be when they reply? Because I know it's not going to be soon. It's going to be probably a long time. We do a lot of things to support these ideas of people being slow texters, or, whatever it is that somebody's doing in your reality that you don't like. Pay attention to how many times a day you are affirming that they don't do that, or that they do that. How many times a day you are reacting to them doing that. Obviously basically the issue is that you are affirming and confirming and reacting to a reality where they don't reply. You're agreeing with it. And so it keeps manifesting in your world. So you have to stop all of the behaviors that represent them being a slow texter or a slow replier. Okay. I think there's literally like an ambulance, there's an ambulance outside of my house right now. What the fuck? My door's not open, so I can't see what's going on. Ines says, how do you manifest when you lost somebody? Because I have problems feeling anything at this point. First of all, I'm very sorry. My heart really goes out to you. I understand, trying to deal with grief and things like that. I'm, trying to push through. I don't have any answers for you. Let me rephrase that. I don't have like the answer. I don't think there is any specific answer, but all I can say is that you have to focus on healing and making peace with it, I guess. I don't know how to it's like such a weird thing to try to explain. It's like over time, you just become used to it, I guess, is the best way to say it. Like, it always sucks. It never goes away, but you just kind of figure out how to keep going and like moving past it. So what I can say is that the emotional healing is really important. And if you can, in the meantime, while you are, when you are thinking about things, make sure that you are, try to frame them in a way that is, whatever it is you're talking about, that still kind of helps you speak about hope and the future. And I know things are going to be okay, something like that. So the answer to any question is how to manifest through any feeling is to control the thoughts while the feeling is going on. Let the feelings do what they do, but control the thinking. But of course, with grief and things like that, it's all over the place. Like there's no like clear answer, but just all I can say is that focus on healing yourself. And if you can muster the strength to control your thinking while you are feeling these things, then do that as well. And again, my love and condolences to you. I'm very sorry. Okay, Vlada, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, hey, Roxy, I lost something today. Some sources say that it has to happen in order for manifestation to come into your life. What do you think about it? I mean, it's like, okay, listen. What sources? Who? Because you are the source. You are the deciding factor. You're manifesting your life. So who are you listening to and why? You know what I mean? If you think that sources, right? Like, what does that even mean? So my thing, what I would say is I would visualize getting it back. Oh, cool. I'm glad I found it. I'm glad I got it back. And then you have gotten it back. It's just kind of going to be the fun part of uncovering like the physicality of it, right? So decide that it's back and, give yourself that quick visualization. Oh, I'm so glad it's back, like that relief, and then distract yourself, move on about your day, and know that it's coming back. Whatever it is on its way back to you. If you had to lose it in order for the manifestation to come into your life, I mean, like, does that like, sometimes we lose shit. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes our thoughts are not aligned with keeping it. Our thoughts are aligned with losing it. And so we do. So align your thoughts with having it, and then you will. And you don't have to listen to any other source, including me. I'm trying to offer clarity, and also, help with applying my own personal approach and perspectives on manifesting and how I live my life as a manifester 24/7. But other than that, like, you don't have to listen to me. You don't have to listen to anybody. It's your life. You're deciding, you're choosing, you're creating. So it doesn't really matter what anyone thinks or says. And thank you so much for the super chat. Okay. Oh, I have another one. Sorry, I didn't see it. Purely Sweet says, how do you manifest a job that doesn't exist in this universe? Literally, my life's purpose. I'm trying to shift into it, feeling trapped. Okay. So first of all, it doesn't exist in this universe. How do you know? Because obviously, if you can think of it, it does exist somewhere. So it does exist. So take that shit off there, because how are you going to get to it if you're defining it as something that doesn't exist? Like, you are clamping it off and closing it off right away before you even trying, right? That's first. So your life purpose you're trying to shift into. Cool, great, you're doing it. No need to feel trapped. You're on your way to something new. When I created, so a year and a half ago, I was manifesting a job that didn't exist. It's called Roxy Talks, right? And I had to make it happen through persistence and knowing and keeping my thoughts on track. Can you go check on everything? Make sure everything's okay. There's an ambulance outside. Yeah. I just want to make sure that everyone's good here. Shit, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I was in a job that I didn't want to be in, and I created something that didn't exist as well. So I know it's possible. And I certainly didn't do it by saying, well, actually, I was saying I'm trapped. Like, I have to create this thing out of nowhere. But then I started saying the opposite. I feel so free. I'm 100% self-sufficient. All the money I earn comes from my own ideas and products. I'm living my life's purpose. I am in alignment with my soul's highest calling. I'm in alignment with my soul's highest purpose. Saying things like I'm completely fulfilled. All of that stuff will allow you to come to the thing that you're supposed to do without having to lift a finger, without having to exert as much effort as you might be doing right now. Use your language. Just like, if you're feeling trapped, realize that you are trapping yourself with that language. So say that you feel free just for the fuck of saying it, because that will get you out. And it's the same with anything we're talking about. Whatever it is that anybody wants. If you want something, stop saying you don't have it. If you don't want to be trapped, you don't want to be sad, you don't want to be lonely, then quit fucking talking about how lonely, trapped, and sad you feel. Like, that's step one, Step with love. And thank you. JJ, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I don't see a question. If there is one, I missed it, but thank you so much. Appreciate you otherwise. Oh, Crammy, why are you breathing at people like that?
She's in a mood today.
She's breathing at everybody. Got you, purely sweet. Okay. How do you manifest when you're currently not in the best? This is Sienna. How do you manifest when you're currently not in the best state? Anxiety, OCD, etc. Is there a way to manifest yourself out of this state? Sorry, I'm watching Mango try to tuck herself in right now. Miss, you want to get tucked in? Missy, say someone please tuck me in, please.
I just tucked her.
She's trying to.
I just tucked her.
Silly girl. Photoshop tutorials. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Wow, thank you. Very kind of you. Thank you. Okay, let me grab this question. How do you manifest when you're currently not in the best state? God, our cat's crazy. Is there a way to manifest yourself out of the state? Okay, so my advice, it's kind of the same thing with any sort of feeling, even if we're talking about grief. I didn't really touch on this as much because grief is weird. But anxiety, OCD, etc. My advice now, okay, I don't have OCD. I have had anxiety and panic attacks, but it's not something that I don't have a diagnosed anxiety disorder. So I cannot, and I'm not a doctor, so I can't tell you exactly what to do. What I will say is that first, what I would do is look at coping mechanisms or like go on like Reddit and other forums and find out what other people are doing to deal with their own OCD, anxiety, whatever, emotional, whatever you got going on, just for ideas, right? Because there's a broad of things I'm going to say. Getting yourself a toolkit to deal with your thoughts and your emotions when these things happen. And sometimes looking at and seeing what other people do helps, gives you ideas. You want to have, I was just having this conversation the other day with someone. So we talked about having the tools that we use to deal with the anxiety. If it's OCD, sometimes with OCD, even with anxiety, sometimes you have to address exactly what's going on. Sometimes avoiding it, like with my teachings, is just like flip, 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 flip. Sometimes you can't avoid it with those things because they won't stop. So sometimes, excuse me, if you have to go down the rabbit hole, go down the rabbit hole, get to where you need to go to be like, okay, fine, this is what it is. Basically getting to the point where like, this is okay. It's okay. I'm fine. I'm okay. Which brings me back to my personal perspective when we're having anxiety is it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. On repeat. That's how I get through anxiety. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. It's okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm fine. Over and over and over and over and over until it passes. So, and then, my best advice is to put on an it's okay or an it's fine blanket all on top of all your affirmations. Just it's fine. Everything is, it's fine. It's okay. If that works, sometimes it doesn't work. If you have to get to the bottom of it, get to the bottom of it. And once you get there, realize, okay, now it's okay. I see that it's okay. Even if this happens, then what am I going to fucking do about it? It's okay. We're fine. And also, if you guys are dealing with this in the community, definitely help each other because again, I can only talk about this in theory because I don't know what it's like to feel that way. So, but I know that a lot of people in the community are dealing with it as well. So that's another, thing I want you guys to kind of come together on If you guys, on my website, roxytalks.com, I have the forum. If you guys want to start like an OCD or an anxiety thread or like all that stuff kind of, manifesting through, like funky emotional or mental stuff, definitely start that thread on my forum on the website, and you guys can kind of help each other talk about what you do to get through those moments and how we stay focused. And then also, obviously, once the spell is past, the period is over, definitely go back in with your intentions and like clean everything up. Okay. So super chats come through. JJ Lynn, thank you so much, says, if something happens that you don't want to happen, is that because you're out of alignment or because it wasn't the universe's best case scenario? Okay, so I can't speak. I don't know the motives of the universe. I don't know what the fuck it does. I don't know who operates it. I don't know what the fuck it is. I'm just you guys, but I study this area, right? Like I'm just what I've learned, what I've experienced, what my clients learn, what you guys tell me, what quantum physics says, what the people trying to teach manifestation since the beginning of fucking human history have been saying. And I just kind of smash it all up, and I will admit I'm becoming more open with speaking about my own intuition as I'm really going through this process. I definitely am accepting the fact that I am hearing shit. I am transmitting information. A lot of this stuff is not coming from me. So what I was trying to say with that is like, I am human. I don't have all the answers. I don't know these things. So I don't know why, like what is best for you. Like I'm not the person to answer that. I have no fucking clue. I don't know what the universe thinks at all. I have no fucking idea what the universe, I don't know what the fucking universe is. We just call it that. Right. So what I can say is that if I were just to answer this question, why did something happen that you didn't want to happen? Because you had more thoughts about it happening than you did about it not happening. That's it. I mean, it's a numbers game. Your fears or your expectations, worries, doubts, all that stuff they manifest. So get a hold on what you're doing with your thoughts throughout the day, and you can avoid experiencing things that you don't want to happen. Sometimes things happen that that happen even if you are intending best case scenario. So if something bad happened and you're intending best case scenario, great. So glad it went that way and not any of the other ways it could have gone way worse. And then we move the fuck on. In my personal opinion, would I ever collab with Lior or Aaron Dowdy? I definitely would. Okay. Oh, I see you, Tiffy. I have one more before you. Yeah. Okay. Hannah, thank you so much, says, when manifesting, are only the thoughts important, or is feeling as well? I can control my thoughts, but mostly I still feel worried or sad. Any tips? Okay. So here's kind of like what I've been like through like this week's every week through coaching. Like I get new downloads and always the analogies come through with the sessions, or sometimes they come through here. Lots of new stuff always comes through when I have sessions. So this week, what we kind of talked about was that, and everything always is like similar. So when I'm talking to people, like the week's theme, I'm talking to multiple people about it. It's very strange. I mean, it's not really, I guess, when you think about it, but everybody's always kind of going through the same shit. And that's why people are always like, oh my God, your videos, like, I swear, it's like, you know exactly what we need. It's like, because I talk to you guys all the time and you're all dealing with the same shit. So like, if I know 5 people are dealing with this thing, then a lot more people, like 5 of my clients, let's say 5 people who are paying to talk to me are dealing with the same thing, then I know a lot more people are dealing with it. So video, right? So what the fuck? What are we talking about? When manifesting only thought, okay, here's what, so are only thoughts important or feelings, blah, blah, blah. This is the way I look at it, right? This is I always talk about the layers, okay? So the top layer, this is like the firmament, this is like the atmosphere, is your belief system. This is your programming. These are your deep-seated, like the deep stuff, the stuff that's like deeply ingrained in you. This is like the atmosphere, okay? And then below that, in the let's go to the third level. Actually, the third level, the bottom level is like the earth, okay? The 3D, the ground. This is like your feelings, okay? And in the middle, between the two, is you know, the maybe that's that. I'm trying to figure out, this is a new one. The middle ground, basically where the condensation, the water, this is your thoughts. Okay. So the way I was seeing it was like, you have these clouds, let's say like the atmosphere above, this is like your thoughts and everything. Right. And the rain that comes from it, these are your thoughts. It's raining down onto your 3D reality, the ground, which is your feelings. Okay. So basically what I mean by that is that the belief system is informing the thoughts, and the thoughts manifest feelings. Okay. So just like with the rain on the bottom level, the water collects on the bottom, it also can go back up into the belief system, right? Because the evaporation, this middle ground, this thoughts, these transfer from beliefs to feelings, right? This kind of, it's like the middle ground between the two. So the thoughts are extremely important because they're informing the belief system, the underlying belief system, and they're also informing the feelings that manifest from them. Okay. So are feelings important? Yes, because remember that the water goes back up into the clouds, like rainwater does go back up. So we want to make sure that the feelings are being dealt with. But don't forget that there is that middle ground. So during the process of the feelings being transferred back up into the overall like belief system, like the belief system is kind of like what you're capable of and what's possible for you. This is like your overall life, the life that you are living. And then you have the thoughts that support that, right? And manifest. So don't forget that between the feeling and that belief system, you do have that thought transmission. So you can change, right? You can change what happens in the feeling, the bottom layer, before it gets to the subconscious layer, the top, the overall clouds, the atmosphere, because that rain section, that condensation section, you have the ability to control while it's either going down and when it's going up. So when it's going from programming or expectation, belief, the deep-seated shit, from that through the thoughts down to the feelings, or if your feelings are causing you to attach thoughts and describe your situation, that is going to affect your overall belief system. Get it? We're still working on that with brand new, so I hope that made sense. Trying to interpret the visualization that I'm seeing all up in there. Okay. So did I answer the question? Probably not. So okay, can you control? Are the feelings important? Yes, they are important because they inform the thoughts, but the thoughts also inform the feelings. And the thoughts are the go-between between the feelings and the overall like belief system, like in this model. And the thoughts are carrying the message. Okay. So remember, we talk about the transmission. We talk about that constant chatter that's being overheard and manifested. That's that middle ground, right? That's where those thoughts kind of operate. So controlling that area, and it's not that the feelings aren't important, obviously, and it's not that the beliefs are very important, because the beliefs birth the thoughts, but the thoughts aren't like cemented to, or how am I saying this? The thoughts are malleable. The thoughts can be changed in between on either side. So like if you think about it, it's like the feelings kind of do what they do. You can't really control them, and your underlying beliefs are kind of like there, and we can work to change them, but they're kind of like what they are right now. So that's why the thoughts, that middle ground, is so important, because this is where we can change the story and control the narrative. And lucky for us, that transmission is being manifested. So pay attention to your thoughts. Okay, I can control my thoughts, but mostly I still feel worried or sad. Okay, so if you feel worried or sad, address why, but don't sit around and affirm it all day, because remember, the thoughts are manifesting. So you can feel worried and sad and think my life is completely fulfilled, and that's what's getting transmitted. But if you're sitting feeling I feel sad and then thinking I feel sad, you are transmitting that and you're going to get more sad. So it's just like, I don't know how to get across to you guys. Don't say the shit you don't want. Don't even fucking say the word. Don't say like, you guys get it. I'm so glad you get it. I'm so glad you understand that this fact that you're saying you're sad, you're saying you're lonely, you're saying they're doing this, you're saying blah, 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 blah. That's why it's manifesting, because you won't stop saying it over and over and over. I love you. I'm just like, I'm really excited that everybody is working so good to control their language. It's great to see. And aptly timed, Tiffany, you couldn't have fucking predicted this any better if you tried, says, what are your thoughts on humility? Do you think feeling too humble is diminishing yourself and causes resistance? Not sure if it's a help or a hindrance. Okay. I'm laughing because, like, obviously I could probably use a little, right? Like, I'm a humble person, but I also, I got something to say. Roxy Talks, So I think humility is good in small doses. But too humble is more like just, I don't want to say this self-deprecating, but it's like that's where it goes, right? Like it just like that's like the downslide, the downslope of that. Not giving yourself the appreciation and the value and the attention that you deserve. Yeah, that's detrimental. It's not a help. And it's one thing to be humble, to not be arrogant about the gifts that you have and the knowledge that you carry or that this whatever. But it's another to completely diminish those gifts for the sake of being humble or not ruffling feathers or not diminishing someone else's shine, right? Like you have to draw the line. You don't need to be boastful and bragging about how great you are at whatever you do. But when you do your thing, who's coming through the door because you're showing up and you're bringing it and you're like, this is the thing that I do, And so you want to be proud of yourself in ways wherever you can be as a start, right? Start practicing what that feels like and what it feels like to give it and what it feels like to allow and receive it even from yourself. To acknowledge what it is that we're saying about ourselves. So yeah, a little bit of humility is good, but I don't think too much is necessarily good. Is that good either? Because you'll end up being too humble to do anything in life, and that's And I know you have great things to do. So, I don't know. Maybe if you kind of leaned into. I still think it's intuitive, Tiffany. Like, I really do. I think you need to lean into whatever it is that you are hearing, feeling, seeing, interpreting, or let me take off interpreting and let me say, and start interpreting it and start building that, like building the muscle so that you can feel, like proud of what you're doing. So like, for example, a year ago when I would be talking about like Roxy Talks, I'm just like, yeah, I'm starting my business and it's cool. And I'm on YouTube. I don't know. Now it's like you talk to me and I'm like, here we are. What we're doing is this, it's like, I'm much more comfortable discussing and being prideful or boastful or whatever word you want to use about what I do because I've been doing it for over a year now, this specific thing. And I know I'm good at it. Like, me, you guys can ask me any fucking question and I will answer you. I can answer anything. So, I mean, I may not have the answer for you, but I will have some information to give you. So it comes with, allowance and practice and acceptance and just being like, yeah, I am here to help people. I am here to give advice. What is your deal? I can help you. Or, whatever, but that, because I know what I can do. I know what I can offer. You need help with your free throw, don't call me. And the last person is going to fucking help you. all I'm going to say is get your ass on the court and find someone who can help you. Bye. Like that's it. So you discovering what it is that you do, and then just go. I've been saying this for a while. You just dive into it, go head first into it. And I think you'll feel better about being upfront about yourself and what you do when you feel more confident doing it or knowing what that is. Both, all of the above. And thank you and appreciate you and hope you're doing well. Maddie, thank you so much, babe. Appreciate you. It says, I just want to thank you for helping me with the tools to control my anxiety. My fam and friends keep telling me how much change they see in me, and I know it's because I found you in your teachings. Proud of you. Crammy. What is that? What is that? It's one of the flowers off the flower wall in the bathroom. Sorry, Ricketts. You might hear some thumpering going around. She's on one today. Okay. Super proud of you. Sorry. You can obviously work through anything, right? Like nothing is set in stone for us unless we think it is. So also, as much as I appreciate you saying that, I just want you to turn that awareness and that appreciation onto yourself and realize that you did all that work. I just, talked at you and gave you different perspectives, but you did the work. You changed your focus and the way you feel, and you're seeing the results of it. And I appreciate you coming here and sharing that with us. And for your generosity, and thank you. Okay, we got in Facebook land. Okay, Kathleen says, what's your quick way to get back to feeling like it's already done when doubts creep in? Honestly, like, as weird as it sounds, it's like an I'm that bitch moment. Like, oh yeah, me doubting, nice try. Actually, it's this, and I just like make myself snap into it, like fucking, like. Have you guys seen the Katy Perry movie? And at the end, after Russell Brand dumps her over text, and she's like devastated, and she has to go on stage, and she like can barely stand up, and then they get her like on the tube to pop out of the stage, and she's like, and she just like becomes Katy Perry. It's like that. You just like make the fucking decision and you just sell it to yourself. And like, no, oh yeah, just kidding. Actually, I am in fucking control. It is gonna go like this. Thanks. And then just fucking put your shoulders back, put your head up, and just fucking plow through whatever you're doing. Honestly, that's just, I'm like, what about this? And I'm like, what am I doing? Yeah, right. Who the fuck am I? Yeah. Something like that. Yeah. Have an I'm that bitch moment. That's the best advice I can do. That's what I do. That's what I do. That's what I do. Thanks for the compliment, Casey. Sarah, I have a video about losing weight through manifesting on my YouTube channel. F-Con, when did you realize you could manifest this good? It was about a month. I'd say whenever I had that moment, it was the moment of what had happened was I ordered DoorDash. I ordered like a side of guacamole. Something happened. I think I meant to order guacamole and I accidentally ordered queso, and it happened. Like I always did that for some reason. And I'm vegan, so I'm like, I don't want the fucking queso. I want my guacamole though. Like I really want it. And so I ordered. The second I ordered it, I realized I had messed up. So I was like on the phone with. So I had like. I called DoorDash, and my husband was calling the Chipotle to be like, hey, we just put this order in. Can you make it with guacamole instead of queso or whatever? And the Chipotle wasn't answering. And the DoorDash, DoorDash is kind of a pain in the ass. So I was like waiting for DoorDash to call me back. Then I get on with the lady from DoorDash, and she's like, I tell her the story. She's like, okay, I'm gonna call the Chipotle, and I'm like, I'm trying to tell her my husband's already on there and he can't get through. So if you're trying to get through, like now there's more people trying to get through. It's not going to happen. And I'm starting to get like really pissed. I'm like, I want my fucking guacamole. I don't care. Time's ticking by. I know my burritos are, Chipotle takes like 20 minutes. So I was like starting to get frustrated. And I just had this moment. I was like, I don't fucking care how fucking pissed I am. I'm getting that fucking guacamole. I was mad. I was like, I'm getting that fucking guacamole, period. And then the lady came off a hold. And she's like, okay, so you want she's like, you just want a small side of guacamole, right? And I had visualized like one of those big old tubs. And I was like, yeah, I don't fuck, just, yeah, fine, whatever. Just the fuck, I don't care. Just give me guac. I don't care what it is. And she's like, okay, I'll let them know, blah, blah, blah. I hang up the phone with her. Immediately the door, like then the dasher calls. We go out there, open my door. Not only did I have that small, so they took off all the guac, the queso price. They gave me the small guac and I got the big tub. So I had the extra, like the big tub and the small thing. And I was like, oh my God, you don't have to be positive to manifest. Holy shit. And that just changed my world. I was like, bitch, this, that. Thank you. Created a monster. Here she is. So yeah, that's my story. And that was also the last day that I have been that was the last day that I had like my 30 days of alignment where I was like positive for a really long time. That was the last day of that. Not that I don't work on my positivity, but I wasn't like, like just, it's okay. No, like just, I was so fucking positive for so many months because I thought that was the key to it. Right. And then when I realized like, no, it was like, I didn't offer, I was like, that shit is showing up. And so not only did I get all the extra guacamole, they charged me less and it came so fast. It was like I had just gotten off the phone with a lady who said, okay, I'll tell them to take it off of your order. And they were at my fucking door. So it was just one of it was like such a stupid manifestation, but it was very profound in that moment. Like I was like, oh my God. It just like, it was like a huge, like mind blowing, like unlocking moment. Okay. Dina, not the Dina Dina with an I says, when does the live start? I keep missing it. My live starts somewhere between noonish and 2ish. And that is because punctuality is my superpower and I'm super good at it. I'm getting better at it every single day. Okay. Some of these questions are so long. I'm just like, oof, I can't even. Mohammed says, so what exactly did you learn about the whole positivity thing? What I learned was positivity is not required to manifest, but it does make the ride a lot easier while you're getting there. So it's not that it's not useful. Because you can obviously still manifest through any mood because you're always manifesting. It never turns off. But being and making yourself feel good about what you're doing and controlling your reactions makes the ride a lot less bumpy. So it is worth it to do. Hannah, can you manifest my cold away from me? I'm sick of it. No, but you can. I can't do that for you, but you can. Andres says, do you ever fear being too powerful? Sometimes I get scared my negative thoughts will manifest instantly when I say I have all the power and all to say. No, I don't. I don't at all. I think it's great. If my negative fears manifested instantly, like, holy shit, I'm really fucking good at this. But also, I don't fucking allow myself to dwell on them. So knowing that you are with knowledge comes responsibility, or with power comes responsibility. So knowing that you are that powerful also implies that you have to control the fucking power. Like, you're not supposed to run around just like fucking blasting it all over the place. You have to control it. Just like it. I always use the analogy of like all the superhero movies or like Harry Potter. Like in the beginning, when someone first gets their powers, they're spraying it all over the place. They can't control it, right? But like the whole like the first movie, the origin stories are about them learning to harness and control and direct it and use it deliberately. And that's what, I focus on. Like if I have fears, well, I'm glad I'm addressing it. That's all I'm going to say about it. I'm addressing it, and that's the good news, and that's it. Because if your fear is there, you already have it. You don't need to fucking go play on it 100 more times. Like it's already there. You've already gotten it. You don't need to even give it another second of thought. But you can work to how do I say this? Rewrite it and reshape it and reform it with your language and saying, I feel comfortable with this. I feel safe. My so-and-sos are safe. This is like whatever it is, like the opposite of that. I'm going over on that over and over and over and over and over and over and over when I'm scared. Like for example, the other day we were like driving to Target, our monthly outing, and a car like just like kind of pulled out in front of us, and like my initial reaction, I was like, "We're safe!" Like that's what I yelled. Was just because I'm so used to like flipping and not like uttering the fear, the worry, the doubt, that whatever. I'm like so used to like paying attention to that it was just like I just like yelled, "We're safe," and Chris was like, like, "Yeah, we are," but I was just like, "We're safe." Anyways, have I heard about reality shifting? Yeah, I have a whole playlist on it. Somebody the other day was like, "Can you make a video about reality shifting like on TikTok?" And I, me being my little bitchy side came out, and I just like copied like every single one of my quantum shifting videos. It was like 5 in a row. I just like put the links like all in a row. I was like, yeah, there's your TikTok. Okay. Next Lifetime says, OMG, whenever me and my friends are in a scary car situation, our first reaction is, OMG, this is so safe, literally so peaceful. I'm the same way. I'm safe, I'm safe. I like will, right when I leave the house too, like to project like an orb of like white light around me in the car. And I say everything. And I do this where like pretty much wherever I'm at. I'm like wherever everything, in this car, everything in this house is under my protection. I visualize like this blast, like boom, like this orb, like boom, like it makes like the sonic sound, like when he makes the boom, when he makes that bubble, and it goes around. And then I also visualize like gold glittering like oozy lava, like pouring out of this, and then like I visualize it filling up like the car, like in all the way to the top, and then like I see everything made almost like we're made out of disco balls, but it's like gold glitter and everything's all shiny and sparkly, and we're like blinding light, and then I can go about my day in a car. If you're asking me why your person is behaving a certain way, it's because you are reacting to them, acting that way, and describing them as that. Don't type in a chat, my person is doing this. Can you tell me why? Because you just fucking affirmed it, and you're probably doing it way more than just this type. And I love you, but like I'm not gonna affirm it for you. Change the fucking language, change your reactions, flip the script. It's the same every time. EB says, why do we meditate? How and why does it help? Meditation is really great for peace, being peaceful. It helps you be mindful. If you believe in a spiritual connection, and in theory, it helps you connect to, in essence, like you're connecting to something else out there. You're transmitting information. It's funny because I shy away from these spiritual things because I was like such an atheist, but I come from a very spiritual family and household. And I'll be talking to my dad, and he's like, Roxanne, the word you're looking for is karma. I don't know why you're so afraid of using it. And I'm like, because I don't like the way it sounds so like karma. Like I don't like the idea of using like spiritual terms and stuff is weird to me because I was such an atheist, but I also like I do this job and I'm speaking to something and getting information all day long. I don't know who it is or where it comes from, but if you're not able to kind of like what am I saying? If you're not really able to hear that stuff like through the noise of the day, because that the information's always there. We always have, everybody always has access to it. It's like how much do you trust what you're hearing, and how, you know, how open are you to receiving these messages? So my point is that like meditation helps you connect to whatever that is that's giving us this info, whatever is greater than us, that's guiding us, helps you connect to it and get answers and get information. There's a lot of benefits to it, but when I was meditating every day, it helped me feel really peaceful every day. And also, you know, when I was talking earlier about the day that I realized that you don't have to be positive to manifest, that's probably the day I quit meditating also, because I was just like, meh, don't need it. Fucking powerful, don't need it. So I just like stopped doing the things that like made me peaceful like all the time. Just and focus more so on like controlling my thoughts. And then I went down the controlling your thoughts rabbit hole. And that took me about a year. And then now just over the last month or two, I've kind of resurfaced back into adding feelings in, because the feelings are there. So, and I'm realizing like, I'm kind of a person, like I can shut my feelings off immediately, but not everybody's like that, I realize. So, you know, learning how to cope with emotions and feelings in different ways other than like light switch, which is like, that's what my dad does. And like, I kind of just took that on as well. So my dad's an empath though. So he's like very, like he has to be able to have that switch. I'm not an empath. I'm a mind path. I'm a fucking, mine's like intuitive. Mine's like audio. It's visual a little bit. I'll see like quick images. But a lot of times I hear things. So, I don't know what I'm talking about. I just get off on a tangent. Oh, and speaking of, if anybody, I'm really interested. Remember I was telling you guys earlier at the beginning how everybody like talks about the same things, like throughout the week when I'm coaching, like the same themes come up. I talked to like 5 different people this week, not all of them clients, but just 5 people in general, about their own like intuition and we'll call it psychic abilities, or just those, you know, those things that they're not seen, and developing them and what everyone's personal brand of it is. And I'm just starting to kind of be like, you know, what is your, like, where do you get your intuition from? Like, how does it feel to you? What does it sound like? Are we feeling it? Is it visceral? Is it mental? Is it, you know, in your ears? Is it in your mind's eye? So just question, if anybody, I'd love to hear other people's intuitive, clairaudient. I know clairaudient. I know what it means. I'm just trying to, I'm dumbing it down. Not dumbing it down. I'm just not, yeah. I know the word clairaudient. Clairsentient, clairaudient. That's what I would call myself. A little bit of clairvoyance, but it's not like I'm seeing the future. I'm seeing a flash of an image. That's like what my analogies are. And even like, you know, I was talking to some, like even sometimes I'll hear like, it doesn't matter. We already talked about it, yeah. Oh yeah. So we're talking about other people's. Somebody said something about the guacamole. Where'd it go? Meredith, you're so funny. She says, motion to make angry guacamole story into a remix with Malachi. Oh shit. Great. He loves to fuck with me for that kind of shit, so I would not be surprised. Ooh, we are doing something cool. Malachi is not, I'm not gonna say remixing because it never actually got mixed. He's gonna mix and master my holiday mixtape that I made in like 2017, I think, or 2016, called Black Christmas. And I'm actually really excited because I threw this thing together in 4 days. It was the first and only thing I ever produced, and I don't really know how to play the guitar very well. So like, it's like an acoustic 4-song holiday mixtape that I just like, the fucking like power of Christ or something. Okay, let me not blaspheme. Something came through me and made me put this, like, I just like hunkered down for 4 days straight. I just put this Christmas album out like 4 days before Christmas a few years ago. Any hoodles, it's called Black Christmas. The OG version is on YouTube. You can find it. It's actually Black Xmas. But we're gonna remix it or mix it and master it and put that out for you guys. Like at the beginning of the month, hopefully soon. So that's exciting. It's really like depressing though. It's like holiday, but make it sad. Like it's Black Christmas for a reason. It's like if you're like a sad holiday person, you'll like it. I don't like happy music, it's not my thing. Okay, all right. Let me just quit talking to myself. How much time do we got? Okay, I guess to go soon. So let me. Sometimes you guys see me getting. I'm so focused. Oh my God. Okay. The person who asked me if I started listening to subliminals. No, but I literally thought about that today. I was like, oh shit, I never listened to those subliminals like I said I was going to. But I'm going to try to remember to do it. Okay. Janina says, my SP tries to get/stay sober. If I struggle to believe in him and think positive thoughts, would it be better to stay away from him for a while to not make him use again? I mean, I would say this about anything. If it triggers you and you know it does and you're working on something, then yeah, avoid it. Why, don't trigger yourself on purpose, especially if you're working on something. I always tell people, like, if you're working on an SP and they're not with you, that's a good thing because they're not there to trigger you constantly. So you can just like stay focused on your story. Mariana, can I manifest something that is not exactly for me? For example, my mom and her siblings had a house they want to sell, but they still don't find a buyer. Yeah, absolutely. The house is sold. Visualize being sold. I would visualize everything that symbolizes a house is sold. I heard just what the first thing I saw was someone hammering like a sold sign into the grass, or putting the sold banner across the real estate thing. Them handing the keys over to somebody. The person opening the door with the keys, signing papers. Your mom and her siblings like jumping for joy. Oh my God, we did it! They're so excited. All of those things. I would just give them a bunch of those, and then it's sold. How exciting! Now we get to see how it plays out. Okay, Emery, you're the person who I didn't address earlier because you're asking me stuff that like you're affirming all this stuff. Any tips to stop stressing about receiving text from SP, and would also love for them to just call me up like they used to. I really just want a phone communication to improve. Some say to ignore, but don't want to play games and get okay. You're not declaring. You are just bouncing off your 3D reality, reacting, trying to make the best of a shitty situation, aka making roses out of diarrhea, and not choosing that your person loves to talk to you. They always call you. They love you're the person they want to talk to first. You're the only person they think of when something happens, good or bad. You have great communication. I really just want phone communication to improve. That is a manifestation, and it's not a very good one. You are here, and you're getting the yell because you know this. You're here enough to know you're not choosing. I answer questions for you all the time. You're not choosing right now. You are asking for answers to something that you're not in control of. That is not a conscious creator. That's not how, no. So you're going to rewrite your SP exactly how you want them to. Please type it in the chat and I'll read that aloud, but I'm not reading any more circumstance. And that's out of love. How ironic, Maya says, I'll just do paid coaching. All my questions are getting buried and you're scrolling down and not up. LOL. Well, why would I scroll up? I appreciate you. I love you. I am here for you guys. I am just one person and there are so many comments here. You have no clue how fast this stuff comes. Like, I can't. I mean, I try. I really do try. I'm here literally every single Monday of the year answering questions like, give me a fucking break. Okay, Emery says, thanks, Roxy. I will work on affirming better things. Sometimes those pieces of shit thoughts just get in the way, but I got this. Okay, if a piece of shit gets in your way, don't step in it. Step over it. Pick it up and throw it away. Don't step in it, right? Okay. I'm trying, you guys. I really do. I really do fucking. Dina? This Dina with an I just said, you read every comment I write. I must be manifesting that. Oh, Lord Almighty. Y'all are making me want to take my 4 minutes off early. Oh, man. Okay. Naya says, can I manifest that my body is clean and free of an incurable virus? Yeah, absolutely. Also, anybody, like, I don't know. I haven't checked it out myself, but I'm telling everybody to look into the Dr. Sebi shit because I don't know if this person is still in the chat. If you're still there and you want to speak on it, I'll let you speak on it. But there's somebody that I know that is seeing major change in their body and their health, like from like autoimmune disease from Dr. Sebi shit, just like a month on it. Ace, I must be thinking she's not going to see mine and manifest it. Wham. You guys, come on. Where's the fucking power? What is this shit? Sorry. You know what? This is my point in doing this is to show you all that you have the power. I'm not here to give you my, how do I say this? As much as I love talking about myself, right? The reason I come on here is not to talk about myself. It's to answer your questions, to show you how to do this in your life, right? My whole thing is to empower you to do it yourself. That's why all my shit is about discipline, awareness, telling the story, catching your thinking, being on top of it. My shit is not about write your man's name 55 times and he's going to come through, because that's not it. Learn how to fucking think for yourself. Learn how to do for yourself. Learn how to act, how to select, how to choose, how to not react, and your life will work out amazingly. I'm telling you from firsthand experience, I've been harping on it for over a year straight, okay? I love you, but I don't want to think for anybody. I don't like that shit in my real life. I don't like repeating myself in my real life. So like, honestly, like the best thing I can do for you guys is tell you whatever it is that's in your situation, it's happening there because you won't shut the fuck up about it and you keep reacting to it, period. So if you want it to change the story, change your reactions and be on top of it. That's it. And with that, I love you. Happy Mindset Monday and happy Thanksgiving. Bye.